And those of you that have done this before, seen our shows, you're not going to see anything repeated. I think this is our best show. We're very proud of it. So we're going to start off with a little comedy. Oh, my name's Marina Eugenius, and I'm the director and the producer and the founder of the troupe, so hope you like the show. We've got 60 people in the cast that are fabulous. So on with the show, Mr. Lee Balshin.
Happy-looking group, so many smiles. I wonder it's because the stock market finally is behaving well. I tell you, it did a job on me last month. I was so worried that I said to my wife, I said, Joan, if I lose all our money, will you still love me? She said, yes, but I'll miss you. But I'm not worried about that because I have to tell you, last week we celebrated our 59th wedding anniversary. As I tell everyone, I've been married 59 years, 5 of the happiest years of my life. But I'll tell you this, not once did we ever mention the word divorce. Murder, yes. And they say marriage is a three-ring circus. There's the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and suffering. And I tell you, my wife did suffer, because being a stand-up comic, I'm always trying jokes on her, and sometimes she doesn't appreciate it. Like the other night, she came out of the shower, and I looked over and I said, you know, Joan, maybe you ought to wash your clothes and Slim Fast. It'll take a couple inches off your butt. She didn't think that was funny. She couldn't wait to get even. And she did. The next morning I was putting on my underwear, and all of a sudden a cloud of white smoke rose up. I said, Joan, did you put talcum powder in my shorts? She said, no, Miracle Grow. The next day I got out of the shower and she yelled out, don't stand naked by the window, the neighbors will think I married you for your money. I tell you, after 59 years of marriage, I got serious the other night and I said, you know, Joan, we've been married 59 years. When we were first married, I was driving a cheap car, we lived in a crummy apartment, we slept in a sofa bed, and we watched a 10-inch TV. But I was sleeping with a sexy, hot, 19-year-old chick. She said, and I don't think you held up by your... And she said, well, I tell you what. You go out. She's very reasonable, my wife. And you find a 19-year-old, sexy, hot chick. And I guarantee you this. Once again, you'll be driving in a cheap car. You'll be living in a crummy apartment and watching a 10-inch television set. But you know, the good thing about marriage is, is grandchildren. I mean, aren't they something? We're fortunate that we have 7 and 5 of the 7 live close to us and so forth. So I babysit whenever I can. You know, the things they come up with. You know, I was babysitting the other night, and my daughter Sarah was on my lap, and I was reading a nursery rhymes, and she was tracing my wrinkles, and then she would put her hands on her smooth cheeks, and after a while she said, Grandpa, did God make you? I said, yes, sweetheart, a long time ago. And then she put her hands on my wrinkles again, and then on her smooth face. She said, did he make me? I said, yes, sweetheart, just a little while ago. She said, he's getting better at it, isn't he? I tell you, you have to be careful when you talk to them and give them the same answers. In fact, I was annoyed at my wife. The other night, Sarah was babysitting, and she asked her grandma, where did I come from? And she said, well, God created us all, and then Adam and Eve, and from there, all of us were born. She said, oh, but she's a little confused. So she came out to me, and I was working in the garden all day, and it was hot, and I was grumpy. And she said, Grandpa, where did I come from? I said, monkeys, that's where we all come from. And then she was really confused. So she went back and she said, Grandma, you said we come from Adam and Eve, and Grandpa said we come from monkeys. She said, well, I was talking about my side of the family. But sometimes grandchildren, I mean, can be embarrassing. Like little Johnny was staying with his grandma, and she was babysitting him. And he was playing with his trains, and then he looked up, and he said, "Grandma, why don't you get a boyfriend now that Grandpa is in heaven?" She said, "I don't need a boyfriend. My boyfriend is right here, my TV set. Whenever I'm feeling depressed, I put on comical programs. If I feel religious, I put on spiritual programs. In fact, my favorite programs are right now." And she put on the set, they go on. She turned it off, on, they go on. She started tapping and then banging and banging and banging it. Meanwhile, the doorbell rang. And she said, "Johnny, go see who it is." And it was a local priest. He said, "I came to pay my respects. Where is your grandma?" He said, "She's in the bedroom banging her boyfriend." I'm glad I got you laughing.
Thank you, Lee. Lee Belson, ladies and gentlemen.